Hello and welcome to the Awakening Together channel here on YouTube. You can also find us on our website, awakening-together.org. This is our August Satsang of 2022 that we had with Stan Davis of AHAM. For more information on AHAM, you can visit their website, AHAM.com. Reverend Karen Worth interviewed Stan Davis. Thank you to all those who attended the live satsang. If you want to attend our satsangs in the future, come visit us live in the sanctuary. We hope that you enjoy the satsang.
All right. Hey, it is so good to see everybody tonight. And I'm so grateful to be here with one of my friends, Stan Davis. And I got to meet Stan through a recommendation of Regina. Regina had gone to AHAM, which Stan is the spiritual director there. And she went there to see Ganeshan, which was Ramana Maharshi's grandnephew. I think I've got that right. And she found out about AHAM, and she told me because she knew how much I like to meditate, and it's a meditation center. And so it's just cool the way the universe connects us all together. So, anyways, I'm so grateful to have Stan here to talk to you about it because I really have gotten so much benefit out of not only Regina's teachings, but then as she passed me on to the AHAM folks from to them, it's just a beautiful place, and they're beautiful people, and they teach you how to do self-inquiry. And it's not just they tell you how to do it and you go home. We spent 10 days studying it, practicing it, really getting it. And I think that's one of the most important tools that I have now in my tool chest. So I'm just gonna see, Stan, you're here, right? Somewhere in there. So I'm gonna ask you, Stan. I think everyone would like to know, how did you get involved with AHAM, and what is your role there? And tell us a little bit about self-inquiry, the way you teach it. And I know you teach it as the way that Ramana Maharshi would have taught it, according to his grandnephew. So, and you know what? It's so cool because we were supposed to be doing this interview a few months ago, and there was a scheduling conflict, and it just turned out to be today that we were going to do it. And today is AHAM's 44th anniversary when it was founded. So it's just like a beautiful coincidence that we're here to celebrate AHAM's 44th anniversary with them in this interview. So cool. So AHAM means association. Let's see, I wrote it down because I always forget. The Association of Happiness for All Mankind. And when I first went to AHAM, I thought I went there to see Ganeshan because Regina had gone to see Ganeshan and have a time to just sit and talk with him. And so she went and came back, and she told Jay McCormick about it, and he decided he was going to go. And when I heard him say that in the sanctuary, I said, "Well, I'm going to go." So we went there, and we got to sit with Ganeshan, who is an absolutely amazing person. Oh my gosh! Um, and he used to summer over at the Hum meditation, but his health failed him a couple of years before the 2020 thing happened. But he's going to try to get back there this coming up summer. So we're hoping to see him again out there. And then I decided, okay, well, I'll do a program. And so I did the ISIT. And the ISIT is the intensive self-inquiry training. And I was going just to have a place to meditate because I like to go to like Vipassana and do a 10-day stretch of a meditation where you're silent and there's not much but meditating going on. And I thought, well, I'll try this place. And I didn't understand what I was getting into, but I was getting into this training on how to do self-inquiry the way Ramana Maharshi would teach it. And it was like amazing. I thought I knew how to do self-inquiry. I didn't need any training on that. Well, guess what? I did. And I learned so much. And it is an intensive because you are learning it and practicing it and talking about it and asking questions about it. And if I'm not getting this part of it, I can ask and they would help me. And for 10 days to just keep doing that process, it was like so beneficial. Oh my God, it's incredible. I loved it. And then, yeah, maybe Stan, you can tell us how you got involved with the hum, and maybe something, tell us about A. Ramana, who was the one who founded it. And yeah, start there.
Okay. Well, thank you all for inviting me. I appreciate it very much. As Karen, you were asking how I got involved in AHAM. It occurred back in 1981. And it's when AHAM was in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now we're in Asheboro, of course, at a 40-acre retreat center. And Asheboro it's only maybe 20-some miles from Greensboro. But in 1981, when I got involved, it was my first time meeting A. Ramana, who was the founder, and my first time going to the AHAM Center, which was actually operating out of a bookstore, so to speak, right there on a major thoroughfare or street in Greensboro. And funny story is, and I'll make it as brief as I can, is when I went, the friend who invited me had shared with me that A. Ramana had been involved with Napoleon Hill. As a matter of fact, he was a protege of Dr. Napoleon Hill. For those of you who may not be aware of who Dr. Napoleon Hill was, he was the author of a book called Think and Grow Rich. And it was considered like the Bible of self-improvement many years ago. And so I had gotten very much involved in Dr. Hill's works. I had read Think and Grow Rich, Master Key to Riches, Grow Rich with a Positive Mental Attitude, so forth and so on. Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, which was the final one that I read of Dr. Hill's. So I was, of course, excited to go, and I'm going to be with the guy who was with Dr. Napoleon Hill. And so when I got there, I went to this class called Creative Expressions, and I think it was probably the only time I sit on or close to the front row of anything that I had attended. And he came out and introduced himself. At that time, he was going by the name of Ramon. And at one point, he walked over to me, and he, about 6 or maybe a foot from my face, he looked in my eyes and said, "Why don't you love yourself? Why don't you love yourself?" Well, immediately the thought came up, I don't think this is self-improvement that I just came to. And there was some squirming going on in me, but he hit a spot. He touched the chord that needed to be touched. And he touched it to a place in me to a point where I knew I couldn't leave, that I was in a place. My mind didn't like it. My ego didn't like it. But there was a place in me that felt like that's it. He's touched it. And so from that day onward, I got involved in AHAM, and also got involved in terms of doing a number of programs, and also volunteered a lot there at the center. And in 1988, I joined AHAM full time. And I've been involved with AHAM ever since, been full time ever since that time. And it has been really most transforming experience I've ever had. Transforming how? Transforming in the sense that it got me in touch with that place within that is always already peaceful. It got me in touch with that place within me where there is only the stillness and the silence and the pure peace. Call it deep abiding peace. And so I knew then I was hooked. And also I realized too, it was and is that place where there is love. There is absolute love. And not necessarily the love that I had a concept about, but it's the real love. Because I began to see that when we talk about oneness, to me, oneness is love, when there is not two. And oneness also doesn't mean, can you all hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Oneness also means that it doesn't matter what's going on in the body mind. It doesn't matter what's happening outside. It's not conditional. Oneness is not a condition in which how one is or another, I might call it, another person is, their behavior, their ideology, their philosophy, or where they're coming from. It's not a condition in which there is conditional love. It's all unconditional. It doesn't matter. And I realized that that's what I had been looking for. I know we talk about enlightenment, and I heard it for many years, had no idea what it really was all about. It sounded good. But I came to feel and understand that enlightenment is just abiding in this place all the time where there is just deep peace no matter what's happening. Ramana called it steady, unshakable peace, steady, unshakable happiness. Because when I first learned about the name of our organization, which is the Association of Happiness for All Mankind, quite frankly, that turned me off. I said, oh, it was one of these Mary Fairy type organizations. But I was still drawn to it in the beginning because I wanted to be with Dr. Napoleon Hill's protege. And even after the experience of being there, the name still sounded a little funny to me, but that was okay. That was okay. Because again, I came to learn that what was meant by that happiness, that stillness is just so pervading, is just so all encompassing. And in that, there is no worry, no fear, no judgment, no guilt. And I knew that's what I wanted. So in a nutshell, that's sort of my story on how I got involved, Karen. Of course, Ramana has passed. He passed back in 2010. But still, I will remain grateful for what he and AHAM has given me in terms of finding myself, because I realized when he said to me, why don't you love yourself? It had not even occurred to me that that was what was going on. But I realized that that's exactly what was going on. Now, there was no love for myself. And what I mean by that is I was continually seeking to improve this or that about Stan in order to one day be happy. If I can get good enough, if I can become successful enough, if I can do this enough, if I can avoid being criticized enough. All of that was for the search, the seeking of happiness. And that to me is the most valuable, precious gift I have ever received. Does that sort of give you something, Karen, an answer to your question?
Yes, that was lovely. Thank you.
You know, and I'll share too, if you don't mind, that my being here with everyone this evening, I'm not here to share concepts. I'm here to share my experience, to share what I can speak from with a knowingness that's coming from deep down. I do better in these kinds of situations of being with people and so-called giving talks when there are questions, of course. So anytime anyone has a question, feel free to ask. Now, in terms of what AHAM, the Association of Happiness for All Mankind, AHAM is the acronym for that. AHAM is also a term that means self. It's a Sanskrit term that means self. That self-existing one, I or I am. And so whenever we say AHAM, or whenever you say AHAM, what we're really speaking of is ourself, our true self. And AHAM, its primary function is the preservation and dissemination of the pure teaching of Ramana Maharshi, which is the process of self-inquiry. And to share that process with anyone and everyone who is into living from the heart, living as awareness, living as the true self, living as their true nature in day-to-day life, no matter where one is, with eyes open as well as with eyes closed. And that has been its purpose ever since its inception and will remain its purpose. As V. Ganeshan, who is the grandnephew, as Karen stated, of Ramana Maharshi, he's been here many times, and I've been with him in India when he shared with people that if you want to get the pure self-inquiry process, you want to get it, not learn about it, but get it experientially, then he says that AHAM is the only organization. Now, there may be individuals that share it in that way, but he says the only organization that he knows of that gives the true instruction and experience in self-inquiry. I didn't say that as a commercial or anything. I'm stating simply what Ganeshan has said on many occasions.
Sweet. So you told us about it, and it's got a lot of benefits, and you told us some of those. The one that, I get the most out of it is just that peaceful feeling of, like Regina was just talking about the levels of consciousness, like the different energies, and the process that you teach it helps me come into my heart very quickly, because as I practice it, it's gone from a step-by-step thing to a in-the-moment thing. And like you said, it's like with eyes open or with eyes closed.
Mm.
And life, as Aham talks about it, and you've talked about it to me about how it's just a way of, like, life is this meditation, this self-inquiry process is what life turns into being. And I'm just wondering, do you think you could lead us through the process to give us an experience of it, since we talked about it now? Something to let us experience it?
Okay. Okay. What we'll do first is go through a little breath awareness, and then we'll go into the first, what we call the first phase of self-inquiry, which is what we call the I am meditation. Okay. Which is the first phase of the self-inquiry process. So if you would, everyone like to experience it? Nod your head if you do. Okay. Okay. Let's assume a comfortable position with the body. And we'll start out with eyes closed. And so just allowing the body and the mind to relax. Just allowing it to happen. Allowing it meaning the body and mind, to relax into quietude. If there are thoughts occurring, let's not try to do anything about them. Simply accept them. A very simple, easy, and effective method for being free of the distraction of thoughts and thinking. Is by redirecting your attention onto your breath. Just observe your breathing. Watch your breath. On the inhale, be aware of the breath as it flows in through the nostrils, flows down the windpipe, and empties into the lungs. Filling the lungs with its life-giving energy. Just watch your breath. And on the exhale, notice as the breath moves out of the lungs flows back up the windpipe and exits the body through the nostrils, cleansing and purifying the body. Watch your breath now as it flows in and as it flows out. Now let's go deeper. Let's move into this place that is even prior to breath, prior to thought. Asking yourself, who's breathing? Who's aware of the breath? If there are thoughts, who's aware of these thoughts? Feeling the answer. Which is I am. I am. Feeling I am. Your own sense of I am. Feeling I am and only I am. Relaxing into this I am feeling, this I am presence. If thoughts rise up and distract attention, do not try and do anything about them, other than just ask yourself, who's aware of the thoughts? Who's thinking? The obvious answer, I am. I am. And just return attention to this feeling presence of I am. Not I am this, not I am that. Just simple I am. Let the magnetic quality of I am draw attention into the stillness and silence of pure being. Hold attention on I am until there is no longer any sense of an I feeling I am. There is only this amness. Sit in the stillness and silence of your own being, which is pure being, the one being. Hmm. And so now let's remain here in this presence, as this presence. And also be here present, alive, alert, awake, and feeling good, with eyes open and continuing in our time together.
Thank you, Stan.
So how's everyone feeling? What? Oh, I'm sorry. You're doing the interviewing, Karen. Forgive me.
Well, we've got some hearts showing up on the screen, so I think everyone's doing good. Does anyone have any questions that they want to ask Stan after having gone through that? Anything that he was saying that you would like some instruction on or more information about?
I'd like for anyone or for anyone to share your experience right now after the meditation. And yes, any question you might have that's coming up. But what's your experience?
Go ahead, Glenn.
Oh, okay. Thanks so much. This is my first experience with listening and stuff. So this has been quite delightful, and I mean that it's like this particular way of phrasing and moving through this. I was like spontaneously smiling. I'm like really, really, really happy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm like, this is, I'm just like ready to like pet kittens or something. I don't know. It's so that I mean, so realistically, like I'm familiar with meditation. I have a meditation practice, so this is not strange to me at all. But the idea of focusing on this I am idea reminds me of I was what Rhoda and Anne and many of us do is like love our consciousness.
Mm.
With this idea of loving our it was like be between the love what is between the thoughts.
Mm.
It was like wonderfully confirming, and it's surprisingly joyful. I don't know. It's like just like from my experience. My experience was that it's like there's a wealth of joy in here that I've been like leaving in a pool that I'm going to be accessing more regularly from here on out.
Yes. Mm.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. And yes, then that joy is you. That joy is us. Yeah. What we're doing when we're using that process again, which is the phase one of inquiry, first phase, is that we're touching into ourself, our true self. It's not something that's manufacturing or creating joy. As Ramana Maharshi says, it's coming into realization of what we already are, what we already have. It's stopping the seeking of it and turning attention inward, withdrawing attention back into the source, into the pure amness, pure I am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I see someone else with their hand up or something.
Oh, yeah. Melissa, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. And thank you, George. Sorry. I Stan. I don't know why I said George.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
That's all right.
Hey, so I have a hard time meditating, and that was beautiful and relaxing. And the so the experience was beautiful. It was relaxing. The I versus the I am versus the amness is where I get lost, but I'm thinking it's okay that I'm lost there, and
Yes.
eventually it'll click when it clicks. Just to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. It's actuality, you don't get lost. The I. It's the I, the ego, that gets lost, and that's a good thing. Don't you want to lose that anyway? Don't you?
Oh yeah.
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 So right now, right in this instant, what is your experience?
Right now it's confusion.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. There's confusion. There's a thoughts of confusion. Okay. Can I be with you in that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. All right. The thoughts of confusion. All right. When you get in touch with the sense or feeling of confusion, can you get in touch with that right now? Just accept,
Oh
get
yeah.
in touch with it. Yes. Be with it. Okay. And can you let it be there just as it is? Don't try to do anything about it. Just accept it. Accept it fully. Say yes to it. That's what's so. So say yes to what's so. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see this, and it's okay.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Now, let me ask you, who's feeling confused?
The mind.
Okay. And who's perceiving a mind?
That's what I
All
want to clarify.
right. Who's perceiving all of that? Isn't it you? I am.
That's the easy answer. Can I say that with confidence?
Okay. It's the obvious. Well, let's just go with the obvious, easy answer. I am. Right?
Right.
Okay. All right. When you say I am,
Then my mind says, "Who the hell is I am?" That's what it's saying.
okay, that's fine too. All right.
Does that not happen to everybody else, or is it just me?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Sorry.
Just right now.
Okay.
Just feel your own sense of I am. When you say I am, just put your attention on your own sense of I am. I am. Just I am. When you're feeling I am, nod your head. It's not anything big, not a big deal. Just feel yourself. I am. I am. Just I am. Tune into your own sense of I am. Just let go and tune into I am.
I feel like this is going to be something I can work on. I feel
Okay.
like this is my ongoing obstacle.
Which is the ongoing obstacle? Okay. So what is the ongoing obstacle, would you say?
Trying.
Trying. I got you. I'm with you. I know that one very well. Okay. So there's trying occurring. Can you just let it be there just as it is, accepting it all? Acceptance doesn't mean that we like it or have to like it. It doesn't mean we approve of it or disapprove of it. It simply means what is. And can you just let whatever is be there just as it is?
Yeah, definitely. I can do that.
Yes. Okay. How does it feel to be in acceptance? Not fighting with it.
Less stressful.
Yes. There's a relaxing. Okay. Now from this place, just from the acceptance of what's self. Who's accepting? Isn't it I am? I'm accepting. I am accepting.
Awareness. Yeah.
What did you say?
Awareness.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Awareness. Okay. Awareness. And aren't you this awareness?
Yes.
Yes. So this awareness, tune into this awareness. There is the awareness that's aware of whatever is occurring, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So there is space between what's occurring and you there as the awareness.
Okay. I can feel that now.
Yes. Tune into the awareness that's just aware. Don't, to the best of your ability, don't give attention to what awareness is aware of. Just be the awareness. Tune into the awareness. What does the awareness feel like?
There.
It's what?
It's just there, just aware, present.
Yes. Is there any upset in the awareness?
Oh, no.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing. Now, this nothingness, and this nothingness, isn't there peace? Isn't there peacefulness there?
Sheer peace. Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
so
it.
keep tuning into that right now. And let me ask you, which feels better, giving attention to this awareness, which I called I amness, but giving attention to this awareness or giving attention to those thoughts of confusion? Which feels better?
Definitely the awareness and just letting the confusion be and not trying to analyze it. I get it. Okay. That makes sense.
You got it?
Yes, I wish I could see your face though. Yes, but Karen, I love your face too. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank you, my friend. That's it.
Yeah.
See. And the practice of inquiry continually brings us back to this awareness. This awareness that is before thought, that is before anything. Before anything is I am. Awareness is. I am pure I am is just another name for awareness. Heart is another name for awareness. Self, capital S, is another name for awareness. And what happens, and I share this again from experience, is to see is the strong habit that we may have developed over the years of giving attention to what the content of awareness is, like the thoughts of this, the thoughts of that. Never noticing that this awareness must be here first, must be present as the foundation, as the screen, so to speak, on which everything else is appearing. And the peace is in the awareness, not in what we're aware of. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Who else?
That was beautiful. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Melissa.
Did you say Melissa?
Yep, that was Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa. Stay in the awareness, Melissa. This is the purpose of AHAM, is to share with people, with anyone, everyone, how to live, not just practice. Yes, we must practice, but how to live from, first of all, as, in and from this awareness in day-to-day life, no matter what one is doing, with eyes open as well as eyes closed. Not as a concept, but as the actual ongoing experience. Actually, to me, our choosing to call it abide in this as this is actually more important than anything that I have to say. But know that everything that I'm saying is coming from the intention of directing our attention here. And that's directing our attention into ourself, our true self. Because when do we want to experience the true nature of who we really are? Is it later, or is it now? That's why the name of our whole curriculum is called The Enlightened Way of Happiness Now. Peace now. Fulfillment now. Living from reality now. Reality with a capital R. Who else would like to share your experience and ask any question?
Stan, I was up on your website the other day, and I noticed there was something there about 7 basic truths. What is that, and how do they help?
The 7 basic truths it's actually 7 basic truths have always existed. And our AHAM-the founder sort of arranged them in a way that shows how our world is created, how we create our world consciously or unconsciously. Maybe oftentimes we end up creating our world unconsciously, creating it in a certain way, but it's following these 7 basic truths. And as he says, from a little book we call Living Free that he wrote, if you wish to begin living your life from cause and stop being at the effect of this or that worldly problem, including all the difficulties, limitations, and upsets that normally occur in life, You want to realize and fully understand these simple basic truths of the way your world works. And I'm just going to share them with you briefly. The 7 basic truths. 1, imagination creates your reality. Imagination creates your reality. 2, thoughts are things. 3, what you think about grows, meaning what we give our attention to. Just as Reverend Regina was talking about earlier. What you think about grows. What we give our attention to grows. You become what you think about, meaning we eventually take on the very nature, behavior, feeling, and manifestations because we have continually been giving our attention to those thoughts that are manifesting. Your thoughts or number 5, your thoughts or assumptions form your world. Therefore, always keep your attention on what you want and off of what you don't want. 6, you can change your world by reforming your assumptions. And 7, if you can't change a situation, if there's a situation that you can't change, you can change the effect that it is having on you by changing your attitude or assumption about it. And eventually, you may even be able to change the situation. Number 7, it means that we can come into a place within us of full acceptance and no longer be at the effect of the situation the way it is happening in the moment. And actually, I found that that is actually the most beneficial one of the 7 basic truths, is to be in a place where we're no longer at effect. That is the purpose of self-inquiry. That is the benefit of abiding in the heart. That's what we're all here at, in this meeting. That's what we're all about, is realizing and living from that place. But these basic truths show how we form our world and how we can start forming our world consciously forming our world. Now, these basic truths also relate to, yes, to me, spiritual work, spiritual awakening. Just look at them. If I'm continually assuming that I am not the self, if I'm continually assuming that I am not awake, then what am I to think that I'm going to get? I'm going to get more proof that I'm not awake. If I have that assumption going and continually giving attention to it, and that is also, again, the beauty of inquiry, where we can break that habitual flow of thinking that I am not already the self. And that's what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, in all of the books about his teachings, where it's recorded his conversations, he makes it clear over and over again that the only thing that is preventing us from realizing that or awakening to that right now is thinking and the thought that we are not it right now. So how would it feel? Let me ask us all, which leads to this question. How would it feel right now if all that we feel that needs to be completed or finished, how would it feel right now if it were all already complete, totally finished? How would you feel right now? Allow that feeling to rise up in the body mind. Intentionally feel right now how you would feel if all was already complete, totally finished, and you're living in and as the heart all the time.
We have a couple hands up, Stan.
Okay.
Go ahead, the AT Retreat House.
Okay, so the camera's here.
That's
There
the
we go.
camera.
So, hi, how are you? So,
Hi.
hi, it's good, Karen. It's always good to see you. My name is Ann Blanchard,
Hey, Ann.
and Stan. It's wonderful to see you right here in my heart. And Karen, I so appreciate you bringing us Stan, and I appreciate everything you bring us, Karen. You're the gift that keeps giving, and you're giving more tonight. So, thank you. So Stan, I heard you say several times that was part one that you took us through,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just falling back and being with the I am, and then your 7 different pointings kind of show you how putting your attention right there and staying there,
Yes.
allows that to grow, allows that to be direct experience, and allows that to kind of magnetize itself almost.
Yes.
So I'm just awfully excited and curious about if there's a phase 1 that makes me think that there's a phase 2.
well, we'll give you a taste of that before we end tonight. Okay.
Sure. Okay, great. That was what I was seeing, if that was whenever there's space or time.
Yes. Be happy to. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to take you through the entire self-inquiry process here tonight.
Oh, sweet.
Now,
So that process, Stan, is what you teach in the that I see course, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
cool. Oh,
But
I'm excited that you're going to do it. Okay, cool.
The whole process and intensive. We have an intensive self-inquiry training, which Karen has been through, yeah, and I've been through, of course. And in that intensive self-inquiry training is where we get, again, the experience and the instruction, comprehensive instruction, and how to live it for yourself, how to do it for yourself, how to practice it for yourself. Okay?
Before we go on to have you share that with us, Stan, we have another hand up, Marisol.
Okay.
Hi, Stan.
Hi there.
Hi, Karen.
Hey.
Thank you for this today. I just had a question, Stan, about what you were talking about with the thoughts. So, and like creating our reality based on what our focused attention is on. So my question was on bodily pain.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very difficult time not believing the thoughts when there is pain occurring at that moment. So I just wanted to know, or, get your thoughts on that.
Okay. I'm with you. Now, when the pain is present as an experience for you, when that's happening, are you accepting the pain, or is there resistance going on to the pain?
It depends. Sometimes there is acceptance, but then there's other days like today that there's a lot of resistance to it because it's kind of like just tired of it.
Yes,
The
I can
bounce of it.
understand. I can understand.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely it varies. There
Okay.
are days where there's more willingness to just be with it and allow it, but then there's days like today that there's total frustration because there's no movement there. There's no release from the pain that's been going on for quite some time.
I got you. I'm with you. I appreciate your sharing it with me. What's happening let me ask you, is the pain present right now in your body?
Yes.
Okay. Can I be with you in this and we walk through this together?
Sure.
Okay. I want you to close your eyes, if you would. Don't try to do anything about the pain. Okay. Now, what is your experience right now? When I say your experience, an experience there are three aspects or components of an experience. First, what body sensations are occurring right now? And speak them out, if you would.
Tightness,
Okay.
a stabbing type of pain,
Okay.
a discomfort,
Okay. And where is the discomfort located in your body?
various areas within my body, but it's mostly the shoulders, the neck, the back, the knees.
I got you.
It's just various locations throughout the body.
Okay. I got you. You're in touch with it. Okay. Just be in touch with it. Don't try to do anything about it. Just touch it. That's all. Now, what emotions are present? Telling the truth about it, it's okay. Just lay it out. Whatever you want to lay out about it. The main thing is to tell the truth to yourself about what emotions are present.
A lot of sadness around it
A lot of sadness.
and anger.
Okay, good. Good, you're getting in touch with it. You're telling the truth about it. That's important. Any other emotions? Okay.
Yeah, no, just sadness and anger.
Sadness and anger. Got it. You're in touch with that right now, the sadness and the anger?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any thoughts about it all? Any notions, any conclusions?
Yes, there are some thoughts.
Okay. There are thoughts, all right? Okay. Now, with regard to this experience, the body sensations, the emotions, and the thoughts, letting it all be there just as it is. For now, letting it all be there just as it is. Just letting it be, not trying to do anything about it. This is called acceptance. Are you able to let it be there just as it is? Just nod your head.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Now just relax into acceptance for a moment. Relaxing into letting it be there just as it is. And let me ask you this. Who's experiencing this? Or who's having this experience? Who's aware of this experience? Who is? I am. Yes, I am. Now feel I am. Put your attention on I am, Marisol. Feel I am and only I am. Leave the experience alone. Let it be there just as it is, accepting it fully, and putting your attention on the one who's aware of it. I am. Feeling I am and only I am. Relaxing into I am. I am. When you're feeling I am, nod your head. Very good. Rest here in I am. Let go into I am. What does it feel like, Marisol, to rest here in I am? What does the I am feel like? Just speak whatever comes.
Like nothing. I don't know. Like nothing, like softness and nothing.
Okay. Is there a peacefulness there?
Yes.
Yes. Give your attention to the peace, the I am. I am. I am. Now let's let this sense of I that's feeling I am also disappear. I? Who am I? What is I? I. Put your attention on this sense, your own sense of I, whatever feels to be your own sense of I. Put your attention on this sense of I. Feeling and following this sense of I inward. And fall free into the peace, the pure awareness. Let go into this inward flow as I. Release into yourself, which is this awareness that is before anything else is. Sit here, Marisol. Stay here. And tell me right now, what are you experiencing right now? What is coming up?
Stillness.
Stillness, yes. This is abiding prior to the pain. The pain is in the body. Move into this place. Stay in this place to the best of your ability. That is before anything else is. This is who and what you are. You're the awareness that is aware of the body. You're the awareness that's aware of all the thoughts and all of that. But those are just objects in the awareness that you are. Give your attention to the awareness, the I amness. Are you in a good place right now?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Stay in the good place, my friend. Nothing that I say or nothing that is said from here on out is more important than that.
Thank you for leading me there.
You're welcome. And guess what? You led you there. You led you there, my friend. I just gave you the words as pointers to follow, but you had to follow them. So give yourself credit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And at this point, I must say, whoever would like to get the in-depth instruction, that's what we're here for. To get the solid experience, that's what AHAM is here for, is to share how to do that. This evening, you got a taste, but I would suggest using what you got.
Stan, we've only got like a minute left.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, that was
back of time.
beautiful. It was perfect. But I just wanted to let everyone know that I looked at the website, and the next ISIT, which is the intense self-inquiry training, is November 12th through the 20th, and you can do it on site or over the phone or over a Zoom thing like this.
Yes.
And then they also have an Awaken to Awareness retreat, which is just a weekend. And that's what I did. First I went to see Ganeshan, then I went to the Awaken to Awareness, and then I ended up at the ISIT. And the Awaken to Awareness, they have it more often. They got two before the end of the year, which is September 2nd through the 4th, which is a weekend. And also another weekend, October 7th through the 9th. And those are, one of them's on site, the September one's on site, and the October one is a virtual classroom.
Correct.
Okay, and how many times do you do the ISIT, Stan, a year? Is that
about 3 times a year?
3 times? Okay.
Right now, about 3 times a year. The one coming up in November will be the final one for the year. Okay.
So we didn't get time for you to go through the second part, which Ann had asked us to do.
I actually did with Marisol.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's okay. If anyone would like for me to do it again, I'd be happy to. But maybe we're out of time. I'm sorry that I had to spend some time with this technical stuff. I did not expect for this to happen. I take responsibility. That was my fault.
No big deal. We heard you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Stan. Again, I just don't know how much to thank you and AHAM for everything you've done for me. I'm just full of gratitude for you guys. So thank you. And thanks for coming here tonight. And everybody who's here, thank you for coming and talking with me and Stan. We've really enjoyed being here. Go ahead, Stan.
Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again for watching. We hope that you enjoyed the Satsang and will come and visit us on our website, awakening-together.org. There's free resources there available on non-dual teachings. You can also access our online sanctuary there. Just click on Online Sanctuary on the main menu bar. In the drop-down menu, look for Enter the Sanctuary. We hope to see you there.